Hi, in this video today we're going to be looking at this new cable tester that has a new feature called QC, Quick Check. You might be wondering what it's about. Just going to run through it in this video. This one is a Kauden Data and Network Cable Tester XT475. So for the most part, it works just like any other cheap cable tester that you're going to be getting. For example, if you wanted to test this patch cable here, it doesn't matter whether you're checking this or if this is 50 meters or it's going through from a patch panel all the way to a data socket somewhere. The same thing applies. You plug it in here and it's using continuity across the pins to make sure that they're getting from A to B. So if we turn it on here, we have two tests, a slow test and a fast test. So if we go fast, you can see now that they're corresponding to each other. So it's running down from 1 to 8 here on the master. When you go onto the remote, so you're in a different part of the building on this, you can now see that if these are going down in the correct sequence here, that your cable is okay for continuity. Obviously, it's a very simple test and it doesn't mean the cable is going to be able to uphold certain speeds, but at least you know that it's wired up correctly. If you're wondering what G means, that just means if it's a shielded cable. So if it's a screen cable, then if you were to get a wire from here to here, then the G would light up because it's using the metal part of the shielding to go through. So you're going to have 9 lights, 1 to 8, and also the G there. So that's it there, and also the slow speed is doing the exact same thing. You can also check for RJ11 on this one here. So I've just got this tiny little lead that's been made up here. If I plug that into the RJ11 here and then plug this one in here, let's just go on to fast. You can see we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 lighting up and none of the others because it's using the middle ones. And on this one, it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Because remember, we've only got 6 connections on the RJ11 when it comes to this particular port here. But on this port, it's RJ45. Hence the reason why it looks like they're offset. But you need to remember that these are still the middle 4 pins. So we've got 2 empty at the top, 2 empty at the bottom. But here, we've got 1 empty at the top and 1 empty at the bottom, which is 1 and 6. So that part there is just like all the other testers that you see on the market. You're wondering what QC means. Well, if we go up here, you can see that the QC, the quick check light comes on. Then if we plug in a cable into this one here, not this port, but this port here above the QC, you can see that all the lights light up. That means that the plug has been crimped correctly. But don't be fooled, you can be misled by this, but it's still a useful feature to have under certain circumstances. So if I plug in that one there, or if I plug in this one here, you can see that all lights are lighting up. But this doesn't have anything to do with continuity between here and here. Unfortunately, it still means that the wires could be in the wrong position on here, or it could be that the wires are too short. So it looks like this is measuring purely resistance, but it's still a useful feature. For example, if I was to make up these cables myself, and then if I go to do the continuity check from here to here, and then I find that they're not working, I don't know whether it's this plug that's failed or this plug that's failed. This is where QC would come into its own, because what you would do is you would put it to QC and then you would plug it in, and if it's okay this side, but then when you plug in this side it's not okay if some of them don't light up, you know then this is the faulty plug. So it is useful. But check this out. We have a cable here, a very, very short cable. And if I go on to the continuity, you will see that it is in fact working. So you can see there that we have the lights coming up here. So it's a working cable. It's just ridiculously short. If we were to put this, you will see that it doesn't light up at all. So it's going to make you think that it's faulty. It's not faulty. It's just that there's not enough wire connected to measure resistance. If I was to get a resistor here, I think this is just a 12 ohm resistor. If I was to get a resistor and plug it in, you will now see that it will light up just on random ones, because we've increased the resistance of the wire. So if you're measuring very short leads, you can't rely on this QC. Also, you can't rely on the QC if you've got your cables connected incorrectly. So right now, both plugs are connected to wires. We have full continuity on the wires, but they're all over the place. So this one here is done correctly. This one is completely wrong. So if you have a look there, hopefully you will see that the color codes are completely different. Yet if we use the QC on here, so turn it on, QC here, you're like, oh look, my cable's working. And then you go onto this side, my cable's working. But of course it's not, because if we go onto here, you can see that it's going to be coming up all over the place. So you get the idea. It is a useful tool, but you can't completely rely on it. But where I think it would come into its own would be if you were to, let's say now, if you were up a ladder and you might be doing some, let's say if you were doing some cameras, if you were doing some PoE cameras, and you're up a ladder and the weather's against you and you're trying to crimp up on the corner of a house somewhere, you don't want to then wait until the end of the day to see when you're doing your testing if it's going to be working or not. There and then you can be up a ladder and you can just go to QC, plug it in here, and you're like, excellent, at least all my lights are lit up. You're already used to crimping these, so it's unlikely that you're going to have crossed them over. You now know that at least your wires have made a connection to the pins on the plug itself. So it's still a very useful feature. Now what I'm going to do is, just off camera, I'm just going to pop off one of these pins to mimic one of the pins not making a connection. And then when we plug it in here, we should find that one of them is not lit up. And if you're wondering what powers it, it's just a single AA battery, so an AA battery. And this side, there's nothing because this is the dumb side. All the power's coming from here. Right, I've just lifted one of the pins here very crudely, but now if you have a look when we plug it in here, can you see they all light up apart from pin 6? So this then tells you that that one hasn't been crimped properly. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but if you're up a ladder now and you put it back in and then re-terminate it again and then turn it on, plug it in, you can now see it's lit up. So you can see that it is kind of invaluable, but don't rely on it. It's not magical, but it is definitely an added benefit to this tester here. And I think, is it worth paying more for it? Yes, because then you know that when you test that one there, in certain circumstances, it's going to pay for itself very, very quickly. Obviously, if there's two of you and you're in the dry and one of you's by a patch panel and the other one's just walking around the building plugging into data sockets, then you're fine just to use it as a normal tester like you would have done with any other tester, just from here to here. But you can see that that QC thing is actually quite good under certain circumstances. If you can think of other reasons why you would use that, then put it down into the comment section below, because then other people might read that and say, yes, that's perfect for what I need. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you out, and yeah, now you know a little bit more about what QC actually does and doesn't. Thanks for watching.